big ass head. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Nights with the Boys.
Usual podcast. That's talking about sticks and balls again.
Yeah,
It's late night. Again.
it's always late night.
Yeah. The last one was even later. We started even later than this.
Yeah. You know that antivirus shit that's always on their computer.
Yeah. Usual.
Yeah, all the porn I watch.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I hate. So this is totally unrelated, but I hate like the stupid. Like it comes pre-installed with the computer for like a year.
Yeah.
I've clicked uninstall multiple times and it still hasn't uninstalled.
It's because you technically haven't uninstalled it. Because when you open up those two extra windows, that's like where you're supposed to uninstall it.
Yeah, but I hit uninstall multiple times.
But you have to go in and physically uninstall it. Like when you hit uninstall, it just opens it up for you to uninstall it.
Yeah. Alright. I'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
A lot has happened. And
so Michigan just beat Minnesota today, fucking barely.
well, it looked pretty convincing, and then it was special teams mistakes.
Yeah, it was a pick, I think, and then like a botched punt with a good return.
Yeah,
good field position, and then they brought it to within. I think it was 24-10 when I started watching it.
Yeah, it was. So what really they got the touchdown and made it 24-17 within 2 minutes. They scored.
Yeah,
and then it was like, oh shit, they got momentum.
Yeah. There was also, I think at that point too, it was like halfway through the fourth quarter or something like that too.
Yeah.
They were within two scores with like 10 minutes to go.
Yeah. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I usually do complain about refs. The refs saved us this time.
Yeah.
They called offside, which it probably was, but it was very, very close.
Oh, yeah. You see that insane catch?
Yeah.
That might be one of the nicest catches I've ever seen.
You didn't watch any of the Ohio State Michigan State game?
I watched just a little bit of it.
That Jeremiah Smith guy?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What about him?
I forget his name, the Minnesota guy that got that insane catch.
Oh, I don't know.
Jeremiah Smith, full on, it was overthrown, caught it with one hand behind him, and got a toe tap on the sideline on a Michigan State defender. It was crazy.
Dang.
Yeah. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's not our problem yet.
It's not our problem yet. That is true.
Yeah.
The problem is he's only a freshman.
That is a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, like, now, it's probably true, but the announcers the whole time, which pissed me off, is like, this kid is a freshman. He could be playing on Sundays tomorrow if he wanted to. I'm like, yeah, but fuck you. You don't have to say it every time.
Yeah, you also have to take that with a grain of salt too. It's like how many freshmen, if they went right to the NFL, would be a starter? Probably not many.
Not very.
Yeah. You see, Bama. We just looked at the Bama score, the UCLA score.
UCLA just started, but Bama was kicking the shit out of Georgia the first half.
Yeah,
and now it's within one touchdown. The game will be decided by the time this recording is done.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they need a 2-point conversion to win though, so that could be going to OT if they score. I didn't see who had the ball. But on top, so Michigan played Minnesota. We have Washington next.
No, it's a one score game. They can tie it if they. Well, I guess if they do want to win.
If they can, they tie it to send it to overtime with the extra point. But they could, if they wanted to go for two, they could win it that way.
Jaden Miller was fucking going insane today. 27 for 33, 374.
Oh,
2 touchdowns.
Very good.
0 interception. It's not telling me who has it right now. Georgia has it. First and 10 on the Alabama 20.
Oh, damn, yeah. Speaking of, that's a really good game. I knew that was going to be a pretty good game, but when I checked the score, I think it was at halftime, or maybe a little bit, maybe like the end of middle of the second quarter. I think it was 31-3, 31-7.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I texted you. I was like, damn, it's going to win by 50. And right now they're trying to stay alive.
It did look like that for a minute, but
I'm just, I guess we'll figure it out either tomorrow or Monday. I think Michigan will drop.
I don't know.
I think they'll go to like 15.
What are we right now? 13, 12? I mean, I don't know.
It was a trophy game.
It was a trophy game, and Minnesota and Michigan is always one of those tighter rivalries. Plus, you have, let's see.
Orgy actually threw a pass.
Yeah. So you have USC, who beat Wisconsin 38-21. You have, who else? Let's see. You have Ohio State, who stomped out Michigan State. Penn State, Illinois beat Illinois 21-7. And then, let's see about Big Ten. Big Ten, Indiana beat Maryland. Nebraska beat Purdue. I don't know. I feel like Rutgers beat Washington.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like Washington. Well, it's the same thing with us. Washington isn't as good because they lost the 3 people that really made a difference on there. No, they lost the 4 people that really made the difference on offense.
You roll, yeah.
Their quarterback, 2 star wide receivers, and a star tackle.
Yeah, they lost a lot more than that too, though. But I mean, yeah, still.
That's what comes to mind right now.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think we might, if anything, stay where we are because Minnesota is an unranked team, but we did only beat them by 3. But then you have Illinois versus
Georgia score?
No. What's it called? Yeah. Indiana. So Indiana beat Maryland 42-28. Yeah.
Indiana's good as hell this year. They've been averaging like 50 points almost every game.
Yeah. They really have. Nebraska beat Purdue, and then USC. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like we might, if anything, just stay where we are.
I could see it each way. I know we definitely ain't going up.
No, probably not. No, but I think we maybe could stay because it wasn't a bad loss. We were beating them pretty handily, and they kind of came back.
Yeah,
but that's the case for Bama and Georgia. But granted, that's 2 versus 4.
Yeah, that's like a good matchup.
Yeah.
Georgia lost.
Oh yeah.
31-34. Hey man, that was Alabama with the upset too. Technically.
Yeah, technically. I mean, even though a lot of people still had them winning, though, I think.
Yeah. And it was in Alabama too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they see each other for like a big game during the playoffs.
Yeah.
So run it back. I wouldn't be surprised. But, also in football news, Northwood won today.
Oh yeah.
55-20 against Lake Erie.
And
Madonna. Oh man, I love my life. It's so great. Madonna. Here's the fun part. Uh, I was checking the score out while I was here. Because the game was at 1. It was like 1:30 here. And then I look at the score. 35-0 first quarter with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
damn.
So I keep on checking in, I'm not watching the game because I can't watch it. It gets to third quarter. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. 63-0.
Jesus Christ.
And this isn't Madonna winning. Just so you guys know, this is Madonna getting their fucking asses kicked. And then the final score was 77.
Yeah, 72-7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's one of the worst scores. Granted, it isn't FBS or NFL or anything like that, but still, Jesus Christ. Who's the senior you're playing?
They weren't anybody special. In my opinion, they weren't anybody special.
Any given Saturday, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I found out Monday.
What the hell happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's certain things like I'm not going to watch. Mainly, and people who talk to me know my situation, why I wasn't actually there playing. But like at the end of the day, like if they're not playing me, I can't really feel bad or anything.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, ain't nothing you can do personally.
No,
except in practice.
But yeah, and practice is fine. Practice is normal.
Right, but like obviously, whatever is happening in practice is either not translating to the field, or it's just not. It's just for not.
Yeah, this is what I was talking to with my boy, because he went to junior college as well. Actually, in Iowa.
Oh, wow.
He went to a school that was 45 minutes away from mine.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you more off camera because I'm with my hair. But we were talking about it, and like it was raining this week. We don't. Our practice field is grass, and whenever it gets rained on, like it's unusable.
Oh yeah.
So we were in the indoor facility the whole entire week. We don't do anything in that indoor facility because it's too small. All we do is a walkthrough. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, this is just a waste of time because we're not getting any better. We're just walking through shit, and we're still fucking up in a walkthrough. I'm like this is just. I wish I could be doing something, more productive. And then we had a walkthrough for 2 days, and then 2 specialties practices technically. And then I was really trying to think about it. I was like, why am I so pissed that we're not doing anything? Because usually, like it's late in the season. It's week 6, or it's about to be week 6. This is week 6. Like during this time at any other school, I'd be like, I like to call them vet days because that's basically what they are. I'm like, man, I love vet days. At Iowa Central and Northwood, I loved having a vet day. It was the greatest feeling ever. I was like, it's probably because I was fucking winning at those schools.
Yeah. I mean,
I was like,
winning does make everything.
I don't think I would care if it was a vet day if we were winning, but we're not.
Right.
And I don't care who you are. I'm like, we've been at. I'm going to read the scores. It was going to piss me off. But I'm going to read the scores once I find it.
In other words, the Lions beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm happy about it. Oh, so this is our record so far. Well, we're 0-5, but this is the scores: 0-59, 27-28, 20-38,
Okay.
13-55, and now 7-70.
Jesus Christ. That's tough.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, we don't have an easier schedule. It's not like.
No, yeah, I mean, usually that's the thing with football schedules. The closer you get to the end of the year, the harder it gets.
Yeah. I'm like, we started off with a really hard team. They're not ranked anymore, but preseason they were ranked number 6. Then the closest game we had, they were terrible. But we decided to go for the 2-point to win the game, which I'm fine with, but we didn't get it. Adrian, I fucking told people, I was like, his name is Jacob Kelbert. I don't know if you know him, but I played with him at Northwood. He was our quarterback at Northwood, and he transferred. I was like, do not lose contain. I'm like, I literally saw what happens when you lose contain on him. Do not lose contain. People are like, oh no, it's like thinking that everything's going to be all right. You fucking lose contain. What does he do? He scrambles. I'm like, I fucking told you. I'm not just telling you because I think you're bad. I'm telling you because I fucking know.
Right.
I'm like, why? Why would you? I'm like, you don't think he's fast because he's a little bit chubby, but you know, he's fucking good. That's why he's ranked like number 1 in all D3 right now. And then fucking St. Xavier's ranked number 11. They beat our ass. Fucking St. Francis is even ranked, and they beat our ass like that bad. I'm like, come on. Now, next week, we're at Olivet Nazarene. Then we're at Concordia and Ann Arbor. And that's the other thing. And the whole fucking month of October, we don't have any home games.
Oh, dang, for real?
Yeah. Our next home game would be November 9th.
You have over a month until your next. Do you have a bye? Where's your bye?
Yeah, we have a bye. It's between. So, this upcoming week is normal schedule, and then we have our bye week.
Oh, okay.
So, bye weeks, in my experience, because I didn't have one at Northwood, but I had them in JUCO. Bye weeks, depending on how good you were, whatever, like they would give you Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and sometimes Monday off. I don't know if a bye week's going to be any different. I don't know, dude. It's just like, damn, man. I'm like, as a football player that's been doing this forever, I'm like, even in high school, I couldn't stand having them score 28 points, let alone fucking 70.
Yeah, 70 is a lot. You don't see that in professional. I will bring it professional.
We've seen it once. We've seen it once in professional.
Yeah.
And it only happens. It happens a lot more in college, but it's like Tennessee playing fucking Chattanooga.
Right, yeah, it'll be like
It's the fucking money games for that lower FPS playing.
It's like a week 1, week 2 matchup.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I don't know what the issue is.
Maybe it's because you're not playing, man.
I would like to think that, but you know, I try to change that. I tell them put me on kickoff, and they think I'm lying about it. They think I'm joking about that, but I'm serious. I'm like, just put me on kickoff, and then I don't know. I really don't. But on better news, the Lions did beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, they did beat the Cardinals. At a cost to a lot of players' health.
Dude, like everybody on the team is hurt.
Yeah, well, the only 4 people that are down or that are going to be inactive next week are going to be Frank Ragnow, Marcus Davenport, Derek Barnes, and one other person. I can't remember who. I think it could. I think it could be. Could be maybe. No, not David Montgomery. I can't remember who it is. But there was one other person. It was 4, and like really, Frank Ragnow was like the only one that was like, okay, well, what we're gonna do with the offensive line? Like, how's that gonna be sorted out?
Yeah, he did partially tear his pec.
That is the key, though. Partially tear. So I think they said to be back in like 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get surgery on it until after the season, unless he absolutely has to.
Unless he has to, yeah. Because if he were to get surgery on it, that'd put him out for like the regular season. Until like maybe like week 15, something like that.
Yeah. Is Anzalone cleared?
Yeah, he wasn't on the inactive.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, dude, that whole this was me during the game. I was like, good. The boys are rolling. The boys are good. Holy shit. The Lions player's down.
Again, yeah.
Holy shit. All the Lions players down. What the fuck is happening? Why is everybody on the ground?
Yeah, there were a lot. I mean, there were other, like you said, Anzalone. I think.
Well, Anzalone had Laporta had the ankle. Ali McNeil.
Taylor Arnold got wrecked.
Yeah, dude. I was like, holy shit. What's going on?
Yeah, there were Brian Branch. Brian Branch went down with something, but he wasn't on the inactive list.
Dude, I was like, the Cardinals literally wanted to tank our season. That's how it felt.
I mean, well, if you think about it, the Cardinals, they're kind of like, they kind of took a step back a little bit because you had Kyler Murray, and like they had this really high-strung team. Everyone thought they were going to be like one of these new great teams, kind of like almost like how they were expected to be the Texans before the Texans came along. Yeah, and did what they did.
I will say,
they're kind of taking that step that they should have.
Yeah,
and then those draft picks did help.
They're a sneaky good team.
They are.
Like they're a lot better than what people think.
And you saw what they did against the Rams.
Yeah, but also that Rams against 49ers was a great game.
I don't think it was. I just watched the Lions last week. I watched a little bit of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams looked fucking distressed.
Like, dude, it's that Red Rocket.
What?
It's the Red Rocket that did it. Andy Dalton came in there, dropped his fucking balls in their mouth.
I thought you were gonna say like, no, yeah. I mean, Gardner Minshew he's a good quarterback, but he just doesn't have a team around him. He's not good.
Yeah. The reason why I was happy because as soon as the Lions game put off and panned to the Rams game, the Rams won like 27-24 against the 49ers. I was so happy.
I think now there's only 3 undefeated teams.
Bills, Chiefs, Vikings. Yeah, the Vikings with Sam Darnold. It's a lot of it is crazy because Kevin O'Connell with Sam Darnold is really working out.
It is, and then he has the benefit of throwing to JJ.
That's true.
Justin Jefferson, not JJ McCarthy. May he rest in peace.
He didn't die.
No,
his ACL
his knee did. Yeah, Jesus Christ. But what you call it? So we have Seattle coming up next week. I cannot tell you how much I want us to just pound these guys into the fucking field because
It's Monday night.
it's
So
Monday night. We're debuting the black unis.
yeah, I did see that.
They're coming to town this time. The past couple times we played Seattle, I'm pretty sure it's been in Seattle, which we played them infamously not last year, the year before, in the last game to go to the playoffs, and we ended up being a wash because the game that ended before they won their game before ours, which prohibited us from making the playoffs.
Yeah, so I'll get into the stats in a second. I was in a Buffalo Wild Wings in Iowa watching the game because we were. I don't know what we were. I think we were watching another game too. It might have. Did they play them later in the year? Yeah, it had to be.
It was the last.
Yeah, it was around playoffs.
Yeah.
So we were at Buffalo Wild Wings watching Caitlin Clark play.
Oh yeah.
And they had the Seahawks Rams game on.
Yeah,
Because it was
right.
a Seahawks Rams.
It was a day game too. It was I think a 4:00 start.
Yeah.
And ours was the late game.
Yeah, so we were watching it, and then, you know, my friend is a Packers fan.
Yeah.
Well, he's from Illinois, but he hates the Bears.
Okay, yeah, he's even more of a fucking traitor. He's not even from. He's in Iowa, from Illinois, as a Packers fan. Fuck out of here.
I tell him every day. We have this conversation every time we talk. And I was like, Joey, because his name is Joey. I will say his fucking name because I know he doesn't care or watches his podcast.
Really?
I think he might. I don't know.
Oh.
His name is Joseph Sherman. Social Security
1111111.
He's a firefighter, actually.
Oh, no shit.
Actually, in the same college, same town we went to college in. So he's chilling there. But he's always been a Packers fan. I told him straight to his face, I'm like, the Lions are going to make sure you don't go to the playoffs. Because the Packers had the win to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think they would have played the Seahawks in the playoffs.
They would have. And we shook hands and we were like, good game. And we watched the game. And I told him straight up, I was like, I hope you. We always had this rivalry. It was.
Yeah. I mean, going into that Packers game, I didn't know we were going to win, but I had a feeling we were going to win. Yeah. I was like, they already know what happened. The Lions knew that the Seahawks win, so they knew that they were playing spoiler. So it's like, they're going to go out and treat this like a fucking playoff game.
Yeah.
And they're going to end up winning this game. And they did. Yeah. And, now that Seahawks are coming here, and it's the same cast. Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Now you have Kenneth Walker in the backfield to play against.
And so I think the stats, now don't quote me, because stats can change. I believe we are 1-7 against the Seahawks in recent years.
Yeah, there's a couple teams in the NFL that always seem to have our number.
And it's the Seahawks.
Specifically, it's the Seahawks, the Cardinals.
Yeah.
One of them. When you had, who was the quarterback before Kyler Murray? Holy shit. It wasn't Dalton, because he was with the Bengals. Oh my gosh. Wait, look it up and find out. I want to try to guess it. Oh. Kyler Murray came after. Who was throwing at Larry Fitz? Is it obvious?
Yeah, it is, because I was going to... Yeah, it is, because I was going to say it.
Shit.
Actually, yeah. Journeyman. I'll give you a hint, Journeyman.
Journeyman, is he still in the league?
That I can't tell you.
Why?
I'll search it up right now.
Oh. Not Andy. I already said that. Jesus Christ. Not Jay Cutler.
He's a free agent right now.
Free agent. Oh.
As of right now, I believe he's a free agent. Doesn't say he's on our team right now.
Not Flacco. Not Bridgewater. Not Tannehill.
No. You are far off, my friend. It's Josh Rosen.
What? Okay. No. No. But who was before him?
Palmer.
Carson Palmer. Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I couldn't fucking think of his name.
That's who I thought it was. That's why I searched it up, because I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Carson Palmer.
I was thinking
Palmer was in 17 and Josh Rosen was in 18.
Yo, Jesus Christ. Yeah, because I think Larry Fitz's last year was 19 or 21 or something. Yeah,
like that.
After the COVID year, I think. But yeah, I was thinking, I was bouncing back and forth between Andy Dalton and Jay Cutler, and I was like, but neither of those are right. I was like, what? But it was like the Carson Palmer and Jay Cutler. Like, I was kind of getting caught up in that.
Yeah. Good try though.
Yeah.
Who also plays on Monday night?
That's a good question.
NFL schedule.
Ooh,
Here are the NFL games for Week 4.
The Cowboys are a sorry team.
They really are.
Now, it doesn't help that you're playing against the Giants, who I don't even think they've thrown a touchdown yet.
That was Thursday night.
I know, but I still want to talk about it. I don't think the Giants have thrown a touchdown yet.
No, they haven't. I think they came close. They've been in the red zone a few times, but they've had to kick field goals, and they've gotten one win off of fucking field goals this year.
I think on a side note, I think the Packers are going to beat the Vikings. I think that'll be their first loss. Titans and Dolphins. Titans Dolphins is also Monday night.
Titans and Dolphins. Or, well, as of right now. We don't know about any more, but as of right now, he's not playing. Which
I'm happy about, because for pure safety reasons.
No, yeah, dude. I mean, we talked about it on the last podcast, but it's scary. And, I mean, shit, you don't know. Who knows if he's on the IL just to wait out this concussion, he's going to come right back. You don't know until it happens.
Has he been medically cleared yet?
No, I don't think so. No.
Because what I was told...
I don't know if he's been diagnosed with one yet either. I think he might have been diagnosed with one, though.
What I was told is that not saying he is, but if he retires and he's medically cleared, he does not get the $120 million. But if he is not medically cleared and he retires, he gets the $120 million.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
what year in the league is he?
This is like his fourth, I think.
Okay.
Fifth.
So you have to be 3 years in the NFL to get the full health care.
So he's got that.
He's got that.
Which, I mean, that kind of makes sense, because you were saying if he gets medically cleared and he retires, he doesn't get his money. Because if he's cleared by the league, that means he's technically allowed to come back and he's healthy enough in quotations to play.
Yes.
But then because at that point he's technically retiring on his own.
Yeah.
But then if he's not medically cleared and he retires, he's effectively medically retiring.
Yeah.
So he gets that pay stub.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of makes sense. Obviously, whichever decision he makes, hopefully it's the best one for him.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
obviously, at the end of the day, he's a grown-ass man. He's going to do what he's going to do. I just hope that he's healthy.
Right.
Because obviously you don't want to see anybody have CTE.
Or have to retire like that for that reason. Because, I mean,
seeing CTE persona like in an actual person, because I've seen it, not like
oh, yeah. I mean,
it's crazy.
yeah, you see like a ton of boxers.
Mm-hmm.
Famously Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, he's
I
got
used
the
to
rumors circulating around him.
I used to play with a guy, and his nickname was CTE. He literally was the personification of CTE. I don't think I can tell like certain stories about him because I think we'll like get struck down for like it's like graphic.
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't have to get into it. Then. Yeah.
But also I depending on what goes on this week with like travel roster and everything, I might be going to Northwood.
Oh yeah, that's right. You will. I won't be able to.
Yeah, probably. I'll be up in the press box.
Yeah,
which I'm happy about.
yeah. Speaking of which, the press box. So there was I was watching the like the game day thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why you said press box. This has nothing to do with press box, but Kirk Herbstreit brought his dog onto the field, and he was just rolling around on the logo.
Yeah,
I was like, that was cute.
Yeah, but Nick called me up. He's like, "Hey, are you still thinking about coming?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll let you know for sure by like Wednesday/Thursday."
Yeah.
Because that's when our travel roster comes out and everything on Thursdays. I was like, "Can you get me to the press box?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've only been in that press box once, and it was because he asked me to bring a camera up there. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. Be cool to like because he films the games and everything,
Mhm.
and he cuts up all the edits for like film and everything." So I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." I'm like, you know that watching a game from press box is kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So well, I'll keep you posted on that. That'll be on social media.
Yeah.
Also, in the world of Detroit sports, October.
Detroit Tigers have made the playoffs.
And I would like to say I called it on this podcast.
I think both of us did. I thought we were making the playoffs too.
I know, but it was like a while out. I was like, I'm thinking they're going to come back and make a wild card. I don't know. I have to go back through all the footage we got.
I think I had called it maybe at the beginning of the year. I made that prediction. I was like, I think if we do make the playoffs, it'll be in a wild card spot. But then, like halfway through, I was kind of like adjusting my prediction. I was like, I don't know. I was like, we have to make up a lot of ground, but I think we were still like, I think the most we had gone back in the wild card was I think 7.5 games, which that's not terrible. And I think on August, I think it was August 1st, we had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs, and it just kept on going up from there.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple of the things that pertain to us losing or getting that wild card spot. It was Seattle, Boston, and well, it was for Seattle and Boston. They didn't jump over that hurdle to get into the wild card contention.
Yeah.
And even though Seattle made a couple really good trades, um, Boston just they had like a I don't know. I mean, I don't really know much about the Boston Red Sox. I know that they were kind of hanging around the same spot in the standings for the majority of the year. And then, but famously, the one thing that really helped us make that spot was Minnesota just wetting themselves. Minnesota just absolutely crapped their pants. You can see all year round that like they had a couple of players who were making like they had all star potential, but they were playing at an all star level. But then the rest of the lineup was just not doing very well at all. like they didn't. I mean, their pitching was okay. I think they were like I saw a stat somewhere that I think around the All Star break or something like that they were ranked they were like the best team in Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think like at the beginning of September or something like that they were ranked like 11th in batting average, 11th in OPS, like slugging and shit like that. And then they just ended up tanking. Like
Fizzled out, dude.
they really did. They had in the last like I think they said 20 games in the last like maybe not 20, but it was like the last like decent chunk of games, like the last few homestands. Out of those games, they won like 2.
Yeah, the Tigers went in this last stretch went 31 for 42 games.
Yeah, 31-11, and and a lot of those were wins on the road as well.
Yeah,
We went to Baltimore and stole 2 out of 3 there.
a lot of it was like winning on the road and then other people losing.
Yeah, well, it really was because like I was saying, Minnesota was just absolutely crapping themselves. And then in Chicago, I mean, the Chicago White Sox are now in the modern era of the MLB, which the modern era is very highly debated on what it actually means. But the modern era of baseball, they now have the worst record. Because I think before it was the 1960 something Mets had the worst record.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They went 40-120.
Yeah,
And now the White Sox are like 33-121.
yeah.
Or something like that.
We were talking about it at work because every time we have this guy. I believe he's from Chicago.
Oh,
So every time I see him, I go, "The Bears suck."
dude. The White Sox absolutely suck. I mean, you have a couple good players on that team, and then the rest are just borderline, almost not even Major League Baseball. Well, no, they are, but they're just like they're even. They are. But because you have like Nicky Lopez at shortstop, he's a very good defensive shortstop. You have Andrew Benintendi, you have Garrett O'Shea. Like you have guys on that team, but they just weren't playing. It seemed like bad luck too. It was just like a ton of like botched plays, botched mistakes, like game game deciding mistakes, like having a bad inning that would lose in the lead and they can't get it back, like just stuff like that. Just like stuff not going their way all year though,
Yeah.
which is it's just terrible. And then when you have a team like the White Sox, who is famously a poverty franchise, meaning that they don't spend as much money as other teams, and they won't go out and sign like the big free agents. They'll stick to the draft, stick to getting guys in sleeper trades, stick to developing their own guys, sticking with the same guys that they've had for a couple of years, trusting that something will click.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just paid off for them in the past. Like the White Sox have had some really good teams, but it's one of the worst, and it's now the worst.
Yeah.
So 121 losses. The only team that has a worse record among in the MLB. I know that this is the worst record. I think it was the 1930 something Cleveland Spiders had a record with 134 losses.
Oh my god.
And so the Cleveland Spiders are the predecessor to the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
They changed their name to the Cleveland Indians. And they just weren't very good. Famously on the Mets, there was a quote from one of the managers. I think it was like after a really bad loss, he went in the locker room and he was like, "Can for God's sakes anybody on this team play this game?" And that's kind of how. That's not necessarily how the White Sox were this year, but it was kind of the same.
It was almost getting to that point.
It almost was. But it was kind of the same attitude.
Yeah.
It's instead of it being like, "Can anyone play this game?" It's like, "Can anything go our way?"
Yeah.
It's like it was just really bad luck.
So.
But now the Tigers are playing.
I know.
Face the Orioles.
So. The Lions are doing relatively well. Only one loss.
One loss.
The Tigers have made it to the playoffs.
The Red Wings making some moves in in the off season.
So wish wish Detroit teams going to suck because one's got to fall off.
The Pistons are going to have. I don't know if they're going to have a worse record as last year, but
we all know that if more than one team of ours is doing well, somebody's got to suck. Who's going to be the odd man out? It's probably going to be the Pistons.
There is always Michigan State too, because it's those six teams that everyone pays attention to in Michigan. You have them and the Spartans and the Big Four.
Yeah.
And famously, it's been the Pistons, and as of recently, it's been Michigan State. And the other four have, Jesus Christ, Michigan won the national championship. Lions almost made it to the Super Bowl. Tigers are now actively in the playoffs. And then the Red Wings, just by the fucking skin of their teeth last year, missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which, we've talked about that before on this channel. We don't need to get into that. That still haunts me. But, and with the Red Wings again, me and my boss was actually just talking about it today at work. The lines and stuff like that. But I wanted to touch on the Tigers just one more time. But
we got to talk about Oakland too.
Oh yeah. Dude, yeah, I am upset about that. But so the Tigers we played the Baltimore Orioles in Baltimore for all 3 wild card games.
Ooh.
Yeah, which that's gonna be tough because Baltimore is a really good team. They do have players coming back. They are one of the favorites in the American League, and I'm pretty sure they were pretty close behind the Yankees to win the AL East. So they are going to be a pretty tough opponent.
It's all right though.
It is.
The blue collar boys will get them.
Yeah, because you had last year. There were teams last year that you thought, and years previous. Look at the LA Dodgers. They famously choked a lot, and they ended up winning the World Series in 2020, but that was during the COVID bubble, so that's going to be hotly debated.
Astros.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the fucking Disney Bowl.
Yeah, well, and then the Houston Astros, the Houston Astros, they beat the Yankees. The Yankees won that year. It's supposed to be everyone thought that if they had beat the Astros, which a lot of people did think they were going to beat them, that if they went to the World Series, they're going to win that World Series.
Yeah.
And then come to find out now the Astros cheated and kind of cheated them out, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
But still, you've seen teams get upset, and it usually, especially happens in the first round in the MLB, because you'll have, like I said, the Dodgers. The Dodgers get upset in the first round. The Yankees go down. A couple years ago, you had the Braves get knocked out in the first round. I'm pretty sure. You had the Mets that one year, which I think it was with Pete Alonso and Lindor went there that one year. I think they won the AL East or the NL East with the Braves behind them. I could be mistaken, but they had gotten knocked out. You had who else am I thinking of? Oh gosh, another AL team. Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays kind of did what the Tigers right now are trying to do. They had beat Yankees. They had beat a couple other teams to go to the World Series, but they ultimately lost. But it's not something that's impossible. We've seen it happen across sports before, where a team comes from nowhere. Look at the Diamondbacks last year. Diamondbacks last year beat the Brewers in the first round, and they beat the Dodgers. Then they beat the Phillies in Game 7 to lose in the World Series. But they made it to the World Series as a wild card team. I think that was the last wild card team. And then the St. Louis Blues a few years ago.
Yeah.
They were, I think, one of the statistically worst teams in the NHL around the All-Star break, and they came all the way back, made a wild card spot, and won fucking Stanley Cup against the Bruins, who were probably one of the favorites that year.
Yeah.
So it's not, and we've had a debate before which playoff is harder to play in, and I think it's safe to say the NHL playoffs are harder than the MLB playoffs.
Yeah.
So if a team like that can do it and come back, I don't see why a young team that has momentum, has a great pitching staff with a great pitching strategy, has bats that are like fireworks up and down the lineup. Parker Meadows can hit, then Torque can hit, and then Ibanez and Veerling will hit, and then the next game Meadows and Torkelson will hit, but then Rogers will hit, and Green will hit, and Sweeney will hit.
Here's
and
the thing, Jonathan. You're thinking with your heart and not logic.
You kind of have to, though. I mean, when you have a wild card team and you've done what you've done already in the season,
Believe me, I want them to win.
I think I was talking about this. I said in the group chat with me, you, and Mike. I was like, why not us?
Yeah.
Why not us?
Also, on a totally unrelated note, Travis Kelce is benched.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see his stupid ass haircut too?
Yeah.
I mean, apparently, what you call it? They were like, oh yeah, he's not doing good. Like he's not getting targeted because of Taylor. And then I hear something else that they're apparently negotiating a prenup. So could end up getting married, which is crazy. But then, Patrick Mahomes talked about it. He was like, I'm not purposely not throwing to Travis. It's just that like
he's getting double and triple team.
He's good. Well, he's getting double and triple team, but because he's doing that, he's kind of swallowing those defenders towards him. Yeah. Of other guys like Rasheed Rice.
That's why I don't understand why you're going to bench him.
I don't know. Maybe a poor attitude. Maybe the lack of targets got to him, and he was complaining. Maybe he said something during film, or I don't know. Maybe it was just poor attitude.
Yeah, because on his podcast, he's like, I'm just there to be a team player.
Which that can either go one of two ways. If you hear an athlete say that they just want to be a team player, it usually means one of two things. One,
they're lying.
One is that they're telling the truth, and that they're like a rookie, and they are actually just trying to be a team player and find a foothold, or maybe they're part of a new team and they don't really want to be there, or they're pissed because they don't want to be there, or that they're not getting enough targets, or that they're, maybe their role has been reduced or something like that, whatever it is.
You know what? How crazy would it be if after this season, Travis Kelce is second string for the whole rest of the season, and then Taylor Swift is like, we're done.
Ew. I mean, I don't know. I'm waiting for it though, because you watch if
there's something gonna happen.
So if they do end up splitting. I feel like that can either go one of two ways. If they split, he'll either retire after this year, or he'll just pop off the rest of this year and play like 3 more.
Who knows?
You never know. Well, what I gotta say,
they are barely winning these games.
They are. Yeah. Before the Chiefs were like at the beginning of the year, it's like, gee, are the Chiefs going to be a powerhouse again this year?
Yeah.
Because you had Pacheco, you had Rasheed Rice.
Now they are undefeated, but they are barely winning.
They are like squeaking out early these games because of a lot of the calls have been for them.
Yeah.
Which is to be expected. You have Mahomes and Kelce there. You have Chris Jones. Dude, oh my gosh. Wear white cleats. Apparently that's what people say is to wear white cleats, so it's harder to tell where your foot ends.
And that's why people wear red gloves against the Chiefs, because you can't see who's holding and who's not holding, who's doing a little extracurriculars.
Yeah, people either wear. It's kind of hard if your team colors aren't red. But I mean, at the same time, there are teams like you see in the MLB. You see guys wear like weird colors.
Yeah,
all the time. Like
I think they loosened that up a little bit.
Did they?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I know in the MLB you're allowed to wear, like guys will traditionally wear like a second or third color as their accessories.
Yeah.
So they'll have like an arm sleeve, and it'll be like, let's say the guy plays for the Pirates.
Yeah.
Pirates colors are white, black, and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
But in their logo they have a smidge of red.
Yeah.
So the guys will wear like a yellow arm sleeve with red batting gloves and like red elbow pad for batting. But then when they're in the field, they have a black glove, maybe a Wilson branded glove, so it's black with the yellow logo.
Yeah.
But then they'll have like red text on it or something.
Yeah.
Like that. I think that's looking. I'm saying that as an example, like as a good example. Yeah. I think that's cool. But then you have other teams like the San Diego Padres, where they have those green, yellow, and pink alternates, and they'll wear like their normal home jerseys or normal away jerseys, and someone will have like a pink arm sleeve or pink cleats
Yeah.
or pink and yellow batting gloves, and it's like, okay, like it's your tertiary colors, I guess, because it's your City Connect, but it doesn't like it just kind of stands out. Maybe that's like to the hitter's advantage. Maybe
Yeah.
distract the pitcher or something. I don't know, but you do see that a lot with um like more now in the NFL too. Like you see where you'll see guys wear cleats that who was the one guy? I think it was Tank Dell. Tank Dell wore when they had opening day. He wore like red cleats with red gloves and like red and blue arm sleeves and shit. So he was like, yeah, we really like pressing the third color.
Yeah. We gotta talk about the Oakland A's.
The Oakland A's. Yeah,
The A's.
so the Oakland A's are no longer playing at the Oakland Coliseum. They played their last home game, which is it sucks because Moneyball is one of my favorite movies, but also because the Oakland A's have such a history in Oakland.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about
it's literally history.
It is, and it's not only just baseball history. It's
our kids won't be able to see it.
No, yeah, it's like you won't. It holds like a certain sentimental value. The city of Oakland with the athletics, like it's I don't know what it is, but it's like it's something like with the movie being made there, and the story behind Moneyball, and just the Philadelphia the story from them being one of the first teams to move from the west, it's from the east to the west, and all the great players who have played for those teams: Ricky Henderson, Reggie Jackson, Raleigh Fingers, Vita Blue, all the way up until recently. You have, right now you have Zach Geloff, you have Josh Donaldson, Josh Reddick,
Bo Jackson,
Coco Crisp. Oh my God, yeah, I wish Bo Jackson played for them. Played for the Raiders or for the Royals, Raiders and Royals.
Yeah.
Matt Olson, Sean Murphy, like all these guys, like those are more recent guys, but still, I mean, just the history there. Now it's not going to be there anymore. You really feel for the people who live there.
Yeah.
Because imagine
they had that ceremony after too. That was tough.
Yeah, that was tough. And like they opened up the top seating area for the last time too. People were stealing seats, which I do not blame them because people were doing that when the Silver Dome was knocked
we were there, we would have done the same thing probably.
Oh my God, yeah. If I could have got into Joe Louis Arena when they were knocking it down, I'd go to where me and my dad sat and take those seats.
Yeah.
Like those, I would have those seats right now. That's one of the things that if there's anybody out there who knows any collectors or knows like of anyone who has seats from the Joe just lying around anywhere and you want to get rid of them, I will gladly buy them. Because those seats were some of the best seats I've ever sat in at a professional sporting event. Like just how they felt. Like they're just really, really good, comfortable seats.
Really?
Oh yeah. And they were like, I don't know. There was just like something about them damn seats that just they're really comfortable. They were super iconic, and obviously they mean a lot to me now that I've sat and watched my childhood hockey stars play from those seats. But it also kind of had like a very fitting automotive vibe to it. Mm-hmm. Like they were metal, they were a little bit of plastic, they were leather. You had like they were made really well. Like it was just something about like the quality of them that made it feel like an automotive seat.
I want to search up what's the best seat. What is the most comfortable stadium seat in the world right now?
Oh, it's probably going to give you some like the Mercedes-Benz Suite for $1,500 per seat. It's like yeah, naturally, but like the most like I don't even know what you would call like the regular seats, like normal seating.
This is what I'm searching up. What is the most comfortable regular person seat in sports?
It's not. It's fucking Michigan Stadium.
Yeah, no.
When it gets cold and that metal gets cold and it's hard, you're just sitting on it. My guess is going to be.
Yeah, you're not going to be close. Look at that right now.
Really? give you an answer?
It did. But
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what stadium is like really new. Maybe Climate Pledge in Seattle. Seattle, maybe T-Mobile Arena.
oh, this is just giving me a brain.
Oh, I don't know. Like, but I can tell you that if it doesn't give you a definite answer, that's my pick. Is the old Julius Arena seats. And I actually do really like the ones from the Little Caesars Arena now. Like they kind of really remind me of them. Like they kind of are reminiscent of the old Julius seats. Um, which reminds me the Red Wings. I was going to talk about the Red Wings for a little bit, but yeah, Red Wings. So the Red Wings just they had their red and white scrimmage, and then they had a couple preseason games. Marco Casper looks really good. Carter Mazur looks really good. Soderblom looks better. Tyler Mott looks good. Eric Gustafson looks good. Who else? I don't know if I've seen Edmonton play. I really paid attention to him playing yet. Kosa looks really good. Oh, I was actually talking about this with my coworkers too. Kosa was he was kind of trying to. He was almost speculated to be kind of like a UC Soros, Chris Osgood type goalie, like a shorter, utilizes great positioning, but has a little bit of a disadvantage due to his size. What were you saying?
I found it. I found the top 3.
Okay, let me finish this point, and then I'll get to you. So, and then, but now Kosa's kind of transformed into. He's almost kind of like a Carey Price kind of Patrick Waugh type goaltender, where he's grown into his body a little bit. I think when the Red Wings drafted him, he was like 5'10", 5'11", which for a goalie isn't that big. Now he's like 6'3", 6'4", which insane height growth or insane growth, and now he can utilize his size as well as that positioning that he had to utilize when he was a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So he can swallow up the net, like fill up more of the net, but also just overall be in a great position to stop the puck, which makes him that much harder to beat, which is great for the Red Wings goaltending future because we do have great goaltending now, or well, I shouldn't say great. We have good goaltending now. I actually wouldn't even say good, but because you have Alex Lyon, you have Billy Husso, and you have Cam Talbot. Those are probably your top 3 with Kosa. Maybe starting out the year in Grand Rapids. So you have those 3 guys, but you do know that there is someone waiting in the wings who, no pun intended, waiting in the wings who can take over that net and can make it his home. So
yeah,
that's good. But yeah, overall, the Red Wings look really good. I'm excited to see what they do. It's going to be fun to see all the line combinations because you have a lot of new guys coming in. You have Tyler Mott coming in. You have Eric Gustafson coming in. Hopefully, you have a lot more rookies coming up. Bergen's back. Raymond's back. Sider's back. You have Tarasenko now. You have Kane back. DeBrincat. Yeah. All these guys in the top 6 are, I think, 4 out of our top 6 players are Stanley Cup champions.
Okay.
Actually, no, 3 of our, I think 3 of our top 6 and then like half of our bottom 6 are Stanley Cup champions, or have at least been to the Stanley Cup finals. That's great to have on your team.
Yeah.
And then on the back end too, you have the same, which is great. What were you saying with the seats?
Yeah, so I'll let you guess for a little bit. And 2 of them are football, and 1 of them is baseball.
2 of them are football, and 1 is baseball.
And this isn't college. This is like professional.
Of course. Baseball. Okay, I'm gonna give 3 guesses for each.
Okay.
For 3 for football, 3 for baseball. So for baseball, I'm gonna guess maybe Truist Park in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
And maybe yeah. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. Truist Park. Fuck. What's the American Family Field Brewers Stadium,
Okay.
and the I think it's T-Mobile Stadium, Seattle Mariners. Just got a new one.
You are 0 for 3.
Really?
Yes.
What's baseball?
Apparently, it's the Dodgers.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I think they're like on average the most expensive ticket next to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Okay, for football, I'm gonna say SoFi.
Okay.
Yeah, SoFi, the new Rams, or no, that is SoFi. The new Raiders, which I don't know what's called. Allegiant, and Lucas Oil.
You are 0 for 3.
No, what? The fuck?
Apparently, Ford Field.
No. Are you kidding me?
Apparently,
Rubbermaid seats.
and U.S. Bank, Minnesota.
Okay, I can see US Bank because that's one of the newest stadiums.
They said Ford Field.
Or if I thought about it for a second. I was like,
They are pretty comfortable.
They are, but I still like sitting in a Ford Field seat. Kind of has like that same. Like it's hard. Like you're sitting there, you sit for the whole game, and you don't get up. Yeah,
Don't they have padding on the bottom?
No, not on the blue ones. The gray ones do. If they're talking about those, but those ones, I wouldn't say that those ones are more comfortable because the blue ones, you don't have any padding on them, and they're one size. So like if you're too big to fit in those seats, you're not fitting in those seats.
Yeah,
and I've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and because my aunt used to have season tickets, so we would sit in the same seats every time.
Yeah,
and we would see like how the seats got like worn down and shit like that. Yeah. And they would have to like repaint them and stuff like that, replace parts and stuff like that. But
from experience, Ford Field ones are comfortable.
They were comfortable, but I don't know if I'd say that they're the most comfortable. But yeah,
you gotta think how bad these other stadiums are, and Ford Field's the most comfortable.
Ford Field's, yeah. Well, because I know that there are a couple stadiums in the NFL that still have bleachers. I think Bills have bleachers, Lambeau, and I think Gillette. I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong in Gillette, but I think
that's the only rough part about a Michigan game because you must just stand up for the whole thing.
For real, dude. If it gets cold, I mean, your ass can only heat up that seat for so long. Because if you stand up and it's frigid, it's gonna just freeze that damn seat again.
And then like your nuts get stuck, and you're like, oh,
Granted, you can have the pad, the Michigan pad on the seat for the bleachers, but you have to pay for that. So you effectively have to have a season ticket to get that pad. Unless you get season tickets from somebody and they give you a game and they happen to pay for that.
Yeah.
Which, if you're giving away tickets and you have season tickets, I don't know why you would pay extra for the tickets with the pads on them if you're not sitting in them. But that's just me. But I mean, so if you to utilize those pads, you'd effectively have to get season tickets.
Yeah.
Because the majority of them do not have them. Like I was saying with the Ford Field seats, the gray ones up in the second level, they are like the leather, like the artificial leather or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
But you have far less room than you do in the blue seats. Yeah. You already don't have too much room in the blue seats to begin with.
Yeah.
Like me, like a taller guy like me, my knees like hitting the back of the chair in front of me.
There are so many times that if somebody's not in front of me, I'll just put my legs over.
Oh yeah, definitely. Same thing with the right wing seats. Like the Little Caesars Arena seats, they're a little bit more tighter than the Joe Louis Arena seats were.
Trying to pack everybody in.
Dude, yeah. I mean, do it. Go ahead. But like, again, a taller guy like me, like when me and my dad go, we both have to sit like this. So my dad is like sitting like this watching the game, like basically like turning towards the ice to face the ice.
Yeah.
Because he like if we both say the same thing, it's like very.
Yeah, even if me and you sit together, like it's a rough. Because I'm not even the tallest guy, but
like when me, you, and my dad were sitting at the Michigan game,
he was like,
he was like thinking.
Until people left and he.
Yeah, we got spread out a little bit more, and I mean, I don't know, but like I was saying, like that, you have far less room in the gray ones. Because like when I sat, I went up and sat in the gray ones, I think twice, and my knees were touching the back of the gray ones. This is me in like 8th grade.
Yeah, my knees touch the back anywhere I go.
Right. Yeah. But like more so in 4th field, I feel like it's weird that they
You know, our small friends don't have this problem.
They don't. No. Yeah.
And that's like, I'm like saying that with a 7-foot energy,
Yeah.
and I'm only like 6 foot. So,
Yeah. Today I walked in, so I got food coming home from or like I worked today.
yeah.
And I went in to go pick it up. I walked in, and there was this damn decoration that they had. And it was like a blow up bat. So I opened the door, and I walked through the door, and the bat like is like right here, and I walk into it, and it just hits me in the side of the face, and it wraps around like the side, and I'm like, oh shit, and I like smack it back up in the air, and like it just like dangles down like in front of like where the hydraulic thing is for the door at the top. And I just turn around and I look at the cashier and he's fucking laughing at me. I was like, dude,
Yeah, you
he's
tall
like,
bitch.
I've seen that happen plenty of times before today. And I was like, oh, gee. I was like, you guys don't fix it then? He's like, oh,
No, you leave
Scotch
it.
tape that bitch up there. Yeah.
It in 2 days, it is spooky season.
Indeed. 2 days?
Yeah. That's the 29th.
Oh, yeah, technically it is the 29th.
It's my G-Ma's birthday. That's why we're recording today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Grandmama, even though she ain't gonna watch the full thing.
Oh, the third. Are there 31 days in September?
Yes.
So technically, 3 more days if you're counting today, because today just started.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Jesus Christ, you're only half an hour into fucking Sunday,
And it feels like we're 10 hours in.
dude. Honestly, I feel like I've been up for 3 days. Just in one day.
Yeah. Dude, I went to work today. I was like, do I really want to be here? And I realized money's nice. So I was like, yeah.
Dude, yeah. As soon as I went to the bathroom in the middle of my shift today. Yeah. No, yeah, like literally halfway through me sitting on that toilet on my phone, I was like, I don't feel like doing anything today. So I don't like. I was like, nothing's happened so far today. I haven't had much work today to do, but I don't want to.
I don't want to do anything today besides watch football, hang out with my grandma, and that's it.
I just want to the playoffs to start. I can't wait. October baseball is back in Detroit. I can't believe it.
How long has it been?
10 years.
Yeah.
2014.
Been a while.
The last time we went to the World Series was 2012. 06 before that, I think we went to one before that too. I think we went to like the 87 or like 80 something World Series and we lost, but we won in 84. Okay, that's the last time we won. 40 years. Could you imagine 40 years later, 2024 to 84, we win the World Series?
That'd be great.
Obviously, knock on that wood.
Yeah, now we're getting into the everything part.
Oh yeah.
There's something I want to talk to, and I know this will hit some people. I know some other people won't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
You might.
Okay.
So if you're a college student, which most of us have been at one point or still are.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a class that utilized the textbook McGraw-Hill Connect?
Yes.
Okay. I've only had to use it once before until this year. It's the second time I've ever used it. McGraw-Hill Connect needs to fucking die in a fire.
Oh my god.
Not literally. No, literally. It is the worst fucking thing imaginable. Like, I had it once for psychology when I was back in Iowa. And for those of you who don't know what McGraw-Hill is, I don't even know what the fuck it is, okay? It's a textbook.
It's a textbook brand. So it's like the line of like the brand that makes the textbook.
Okay.
I remember seeing that all the time in grade school or
Okay.
high school.
So McGraw-Hill needs to go bankrupt and never return. I've had it once for psychology, and the big thing about McGraw-Hill is you have to do concepts.
Yeah.
For like the smart book work. And it tells you how long the assignment should take the average person before you start the homework.
Yeah.
Now in psych, you would have to do once every like 3 weeks or whatever, you would have to be in the smart book. That's why it wasn't that bad. But when an assignment says, hey, it's going to take you 5 hours to complete, yes. Exactly.
Yeah, no, yeah. Look right here. All the goddamn. We used that textbook in high school, going with the ants.
Yep.
We used that one with the stalagmites. There was one with the fucking right here. Oh shit, not him. Nope.
This one. Is that the fucking owner?
I don't know.
He needs to die.
Oh,
okay, yeah, sorry, in game.
This one, yeah, in Minecraft. The energy one, that one, we used that one. What was the other one that I saw? Oh yeah, that one, the green one. Don't know what the hell that is.
Okay,
science. So there was just a lot. There was a lot of them.
Okay.
Mainly science books.
Okay, so there's an online version.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it will show you. It will show you concepts, it's not like, oh, you answered the concept correctly.
Yeah,
and you're good with that concept. You have to answer the same type of question like 5 to 6 times for it to count as one concept.
Yeah.
Tell me why I have to do 30 fucking concepts.
This is not foreign subject matter to me. I'm a computer science major.
Why are you granting to them?
I feel your pain. I know exactly what you're talking about. Professor would say, all right, we got a quiz today for you guys. It's it's due by this date or whatever. It's 10 questions. Oh, okay, 10 questions. Yeah, no problem. Each question has like 13 letters for each fucking thing. It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's 1 through 10, but it's also 1 through 1A, all the way to 1A to 1G. Yeah. So it's like, dude, come on.
I needed to get that off my chest.
No, yeah, I feel that. Or it'll be like an online assignment, and you'll go into the online thing, and it'll do you'll answer the question, and be like, all right, here's one more. And you're like, okay, did that one. Here's another one.
Yeah.
Here's one more. So how many do you want me to do? I answered all these ones correct.
Yeah. Dude, and I've already told you this, but I want to tell them this because we're talking about fucking school.
Of course.
Yeah, dude. Like, my teacher emails me, and she's like, hey, man, I noticed you didn't do any of your homework.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I've been good at. I have not failed to do any of my homework assignments.
Really?
So far, yes.
I've missed a couple of assignments in college so far. Which, I mean...
No, I'm talking about this year.
Oh, okay.
I can't speak on other years because I don't remember. ChatGPT wrote my special.
Dude, yeah.
So, she's like, do you know that we have a textbook? I was like, nope. This is the same lady that has the McGraw-Hill shit. So that's already pissed me off. So she's like, yeah, we have a textbook. She's like, don't worry, I'll give you an extension. I'm like, oh, thanks. Thanks for that. I was like, you could have let me know sooner.
Right.
I'm like, I get it, but at least I'm like 95% of the way caught up. I got one more test, one more activity, and then I got the full-on exam.
Damn. Already?
Yeah.
Shit. When are your classes in?
Huh?
When are your classes in for the semester?
December.
Oh, okay. I thought you were meaning this is like coming up.
No.
Oh, okay.
We have the so chapters 1, 2, and 3 is in one exam.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 is in a second exam.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
And then 7, 8, 9 or whatever is in the third exam.
Okay.
So, yeah. What's the dumbest class you've ever taken in college? I've had some dumb classes.
I mean, a couple of my electives that I had, there were a couple. I can't remember what the one it was called, but it was basically like a business, like it was one of like the business classes,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like you kind of have to, or they wanted me to take a business class, understand the business side of computer science.
Yeah.
Because it was like to kind of tie it into that, see how it like
Worked?
yeah, like how the computer science companies function and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'd say maybe that one because I was like, why the fuck am I in a business class with all these like business majors, like the frat guy fuck arounds.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? And I just feel like I think this is one of my hybrid classes too. Like, this is one of the ones that I had to go in for in person. And I was like, it was like a once a week meeting, and I maybe saw like the full class was there at the beginning, like in the first couple meetings, and you just started to see people dwindle.
Yeah.
It's like, people just stopped showing up to the class. Like,
Yeah.
the semester. No, yeah, it was like a like I said, I can't remember the exact name of the class, but it was like a uh, business in something for computer science. But yeah, it was like just it was like a business oriented class, and I just saw people show up less and less. So I was like, okay,
You know what the most fun yet most stupid class I've ever been a part of was?
Huh.
It was called Defensive Tactics.
Fuck yeah. Was it taught by Reggie White?
No.
Oh, okay, shit.
It was basically what it was is we would go up to the wrestling room.
It sounds great. I don't know what it sounds amazing. Defensive tactics, and fucking Gunny walks in.
And it was the head of security at our school.
Hell yeah, there you go, basically.
He would teach us because I was like, oh, I'm going to use this to help me become a better defensive lineman. Not true whatsoever.
No, not exactly. No,
I know how to do an armbar.
There you go.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm going to teach you guys how to do jujitsu.
Oh yeah.
And shoot a gun.
There you go.
And he's like, okay. And it was just an hour and a half of us just like fucking around rolling on a fucking mat. And then like I gotta shoot a gun.
It sounds like it was better class.
It was just stupid, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I got an A in that class.
It was just an elective?
It was an elective.
Oh
dude, in Iowa Central I took all like general education classes because that's what I knew would absolutely transfer over.
Yeah.
So, because even though I was in JUCO, I had to be smart because I don't have the physical gifts like everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Yeah, it is JUCO.
Yeah. I'm not 6'5", sadly. 300 pounds. Unfortunate. But, so I had to rely on grades. And what do? I picked the easiest classes ever because I wanted to make my life enjoyable at college.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if I had an elective slot, I would always take, like, I remember my first year, I took astronomy as my elective.
Yikes.
And then, actually, it wasn't too bad. And then the second year, I think the second semester, Yeah, it was the first semester of my second year. I took forensic science, which that one was pretty cool because we actually got to look at like there wasn't anything where we got to go out in the field, which I was kind of upset about. Well, not upset about, but I was like I was kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I was like maybe they would take us down to like the police station and look at like the evidence locker or something, you know, whatever it may be. But it was all in
this
class.
contraband from the alcoholics.
Right? Yeah, this mysterious white powder we found on this guy's person.
Makes your jaw hurt a little bit.
Yeah, it makes everything smell better. I don't know. Okay, but what you call it?
I'm sure we can find out.
I'm sure. Yeah, end stream. No, what you call it? But it was all like in classroom stuff. So it was like we were examining like real cases and stuff like that, and looking at like uh, like sheets of evidence and stuff like that, like eyewitness reports and things like that. So it was like it was much more like kind of work oriented instead of like in the field.
I can tell you, I've gotten, I believe, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've gotten 5 credits that actually transfer over, and you'll never believe what class it's for.
Is it like a language class?
No.
What is it like? What?
Football counts as a class, and it's only for football players.
Oh well. No other sport?
I don't know if other sports do it, but literally what it used to say on my schedule is, econ, math, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And at the bottom would be a 1 credit class that would just say football. And as football players, like, you get that. And it's meant to help you, like, graduate sooner.
I was just going to say,
you out of trouble.
It's probably to give you, like, extra credit.
And the best part is, it transfers from school to school.
That's fantastic. Yeah, has each one of your schools done that?
Yeah. So I have,
probably,
except Madonna hasn't done it.
Okay.
But Northwood did it. So it's funny because everybody gets an A unless you get kicked off or you fail, or like you get kicked off or you quit the team, and then you get an F.
No, there's 2 grades. There's 2. You either get an A, you played, or you stayed on the team. If you fucking,
it's really a pass or fail class.
Yeah.
And I know motherfuckers that were on the team quit, and they're like, "Damn it, they screwed."
Oh my god. They gave him an F? That's.
Oh, it's so funny. Because imagine
injured.
No, like they don't care about injured guys. But imagine, like, this kid was really smart. He just didn't want to do football anymore. Yeah. And imagine his parents, like, this is a hypothetical situation, and their parents are like, if you get a 4.0 here, we'll buy you a car, or we'll put a down payment on a house for you.
Yeah.
Does everything right, except he quits football.
Oh my god.
And then it's the opposite. Like, this guy, like, has done everything wrong, and he needs the football class.
Oh my god.
And he gets the F. Oh my god.
It just gives you, like, you mentioned a dude that, like, gets injured playing football, and he's, like, done for the year.
Yeah, I don't know if other sports do that, but I'm like, it's hilarious that, like, because my friends would look at my schedule that weren't football, and they're like, "What the fuck is football class?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "You have a class that says football. It's only one, and it's only 1 credit. Like, how do you have a 1 credit class?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I get a football credit." They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah."
So when we were in high school, I think it was our freshman year, we had like how our report cards worked is we still got paper ones. We didn't get them emailed. I don't think freshman year, and it showed like all our classes like for the whole semester. So it went by like it showed your homeroom. So it was like homeroom, and then it was like it said either nothing or it said like E for exempt.
Yeah.
And then it went down the list. So it was like your first hour or like your your first class, and it showed you in the grading system. The grading system when I was in middle school, it went A, B, C, D, E. But then when we were in high school, it changed to the traditional one, A, B, C, D, F.
Yeah.
And then I had decent grades. I had like A's, B's, and C's and shit. And then my dad's looking at it and he's like, "What the fuck did you get an E for?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like I didn't fail anything." And he's like, "Well, what's?" And I'm pretty sure it just showed the last name of the teacher.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, "Whose class is this?" And I was like, "That's my homeroom. Like I wouldn't have a grade for that." And I was like, I was like, "What the hell does E stand for?" And he was like, "How the fuck do you fail homeroom then?" I was like, I looked at the bottom of the page and it has like a key in the very fine print at the bottom of the page. I was like, "Look, it says E means exempt. Like it's probably just means fucking homeroom." We went there like twice. Once for beginning of the very first day, and then for final exams.
Yeah.
And that's it. And he was like, "Oh, okay."
Dude, my aunt was reading my schedule, and she goes, "What the hell is football?"
Right, yeah.
I'm like, And the funny thing about football, it says it's a 2-hour class. Motherfucker, we were there for 8.
It's a 2-hour class. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 hours every fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude. To this day, I think that's the funniest credits I've ever received has been football. I don't think other teams get it. I really don't.
Other sport. I don't know. Yeah, there could be. I mean,
I have to ask. I'm going to have to ask because my boss or my supervisor, he went to Madonna for baseball. I want to see if he actually had that shit because it's the funniest shit ever. Because, like, so basically, technically, I was taking 16 credits each semester.
oh damn.
So, because they want you to take at least 15, because in case you drop a class, you'll be alright.
Right.
So, but I never had to drop a class. So, I went from, I think I graduated Iowa Central with like almost 70 credits. So, yeah. Yeah, dude.
I know some schools do the credit system a little bit differently too.
Yeah, depending on the school.
It's like, yeah, some is like you have like each class is worth like 1, and you have to do like each of your. But then there are other classes that are like weighted. Some are like 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then other ones are like only like for me, I'm pretty sure mine are only worth like 2 or 3, but my credit count to graduate is lower than like most other schools. It's just the way they organize it.
I think average you need about 120.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
I think mine is like. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure mine is like 80 something.
Yeah.
Ours are just like it's just the way it's organized is just a little bit different.
Yeah. So I'm in my senior year technically of college.
Yeah.
Based off credits and everything. Because I think with Iowa Central, I graduated with like 64 regular credits there, if not more.
Oh, shit.
I damn near had like 70 something, including the football credits and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah. School. Fucking sports.
And podcasting.
And
And whatever we do on the side. Yeah, I'm gonna go
Oh, yeah.
I want to go sleep. No, really should have just recorded this at my mom's house.
Well, yeah.
I got to see Maggie today. Actually, the 2 other ones are going to be here tomorrow night. Or not tomorrow night, Monday night. Yeah. Oh, man. It's my grandma's birthday, but I I don't know if I want to make her watch football or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I probably won't watch football tomorrow. I'll watch it on Monday because the Lions are playing on Monday night. But
I know, but there's a couple decent games.